Yes, I know. Surprise! This may come as a shock to most of you because I have not done this in about 2 years. 2 years. Yeah, takes getting used to. I did go straight, but I'm asking for your forgiveness because it's my birthday. Well, technically this video is set for Friday, so yesterday would have been my birthday. I don't usually do much for my birthday. The most I do is get my face all ready, get my nails done. Y'all, I did these myself. Well, I messed up on this one, but I did these nails myself. Can we just take a moment? Yes. They're press-ons because for my job, I can't have fake nails. So these are coming right off after this video. So in today's video, in honor of my birthday being technically yesterday, I wanted to stray a little bit away from the usual God curls ultrasound, and I want to do something that hasn't been done in a while. So it's not exactly like me being a trendsetter. It's more of me just bringing back what used to be a common thing here on YouTube. So today's video is going to be 23 things I learned in 23 years. Yes, I am turning the Jordan year, so yay. So I think if I remember this correctly, I just go through the list of like the 23 things I've learned in 23 years. So let's get started. First and foremost, not everybody is your friend. We know this. We've been told this a million times, but we always got to remember to really be careful of people's real intentions and observe a lot and take your time, because I know there are people that you instantly click with, but not everybody that you associate with is gonna automatically 100% be your best friend in the world. So learn that the hard way. Number 2, whenever you start something, make sure to finish it, even if the outcome isn't something you expect, or if you want to start something new. Now, this could be a project, this could be a job, this could just even be like something you want to cook or something. If you leave something halfway, you never know the potential of what that thing you started might become. And also, you don't want to feel like you're just someone that leaves things halfway and never finishes. And you don't want to feel like you're someone that just can't do anything. Like, even if you do something not very well done, at least it's done. And people will start to notice that. Number 3, your eyes always look outward, but never inward. Learn to accept constructive criticism. Now, this doesn't mean just listen to everything everyone has to say about you. You have to learn to discern what is going to be good for you and what isn't made to edify you. But it's easy to look outward and look at what everybody else is doing, but looking inward is the hardest part, as that's not something that we as humans are accustomed to. So if somebody who really has your best interest at heart is trying to tell you something about yourself, you should probably listen. Number 4, the only thing that's constant is change. Not everything is forever. Things will change, you will enter into new chapters in your life, and you're gonna have to learn to accept to let it go, especially traditions and, you know, generational stuff. You don't always have to do what everybody else has done for millions and millions and millions of years. You can change. People change. I don't know who told you that people don't change, but people change, and that's the only thing that's constant in this world. Number 5, the only person who allows your fears, worries, and circumstances to affect you is you. Nobody else can make you be affected by the circumstances that, you know, occur in your life. There's no changing what can happen to you, but the allowing it to affect you in the way that it can, only you control that. Number 6, just because your life may seem shattered beyond repair doesn't mean it is. Your life can be broken into a million pieces, and sometimes you hope that life will just break into a couple pieces so you can just stoop down and put it back together, and in hopes that it'll just go back to the way it was. But when it gets to that point where your life is shattered, or it seems shattered into what seems like dust, like millions of tiny pieces, and you feel like you can't repair it, remember that God made man out of dust, and he can make a lot of things happen out of the dust that is your life. Number 7, whenever you start a job or a commitment, make sure you record everything. And I mean everything. If they promised you a raise at the end of this much time, or if they offered you a bonus, make sure you record all of that, because not saying all companies, but there are companies who will try to do you dirty on that. So be mindful of that. Number 8, no matter your financial circumstance at the moment, try to save a little bit of money each paycheck while you still can receive paychecks. Now, this might be a little bit hard. Maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck, but I'm telling you, $5 is $5. $5 a paycheck can be $5 less towards your next bill. And the reason why I say while you still can receive paychecks is because you never know what might happen in the road ahead. You never know if for any reason, for a certain amount of time, you might not be able to work, and that little bit of money that you saved up beforehand can really help you out in this rough patch. Number 9, always attempt something yourself before asking or even paying for help. Now, this doesn't mean be a know-it-all and being like, I don't need to pay nobody, I can do all my housework myself. It doesn't even have to just be housework. It could just be any type of work. Always attempt it yourself. Maybe you might learn something new and save a little bit of money, and also, you know, just get that air of independence in yourself without having to rely on somebody else to do things that you never know if you might realize you're able to do it. Number 10, read the reviews of places you might work or be involved with. This might be a new job, this might be a new school, this might be just anything that you might be putting your name on. Make sure you read reviews. And I'm not saying just like the angry reviews of like somebody who was, you know, upset with their service one day. I'm talking about reviews of people who have lived the experience you're about to live. Trust me. Can save you a lot of time, energy, and burnout. Number 11, not all love is true love. If they're not meant for you, you can live without them no matter how you may feel in the moment that they're gone, especially when they hurt you or make you feel less than you are. You think you love them, but then you start to realize when they're gone that you could do so much better without them. Number 12, anyone and everyone can be toxic to someone. You're probably not necessarily a toxic person, but to someone that you're not meant to be with, or someone you're not meant to have a friendship or relationship with, you can be toxic to them, and you could be toxic to their journey of life. That doesn't necessarily make you toxic, but for someone you're not compatible with, you could be toxic to them. Number 13, before you decide to spill some tea to somebody, remember that tea stains. You don't want to go around spilling tea and staining it on the shirts of people who don't have your best interest or who weren't interested in cleaning up your mess in the first place. Number 14, your life will always have a hole in it if God is not the centerpiece. Now, if you think about like a table, think about like your life as a table with the hole in the center. And let's say like you took the centerpiece, which was God, and you put it somewhere else. Everything that tries to go through this table of life or just go across it, at one point it's gonna reach the hole and it's gonna fall through. Anything you try to do, any situation, any relationship, it tries to go over this table, which is your life, and once it gets to that hole, it's just gonna fall through. If you don't have God as the centerpiece, receiving everything that you're trying to do, it's not gonna work out. Number 15, your friend's problems are not your problems. Anyone your friend can have beef with is not your beef. Anybody that your friend has a disagreement with does not mean that you have to not like them as well. I know there are people who are like, that's my ride or die, their ops are my ops, or whatever it is that they say nowadays, I don't even know. That doesn't apply to you. That does not apply to you. Like my friend says, not my circus, not my monkey. Number 16, you can't control your relationships, but you can control how you react to them. I think that's better explained as it is. Number 17, don't let your past affect your present in a way that will negatively alter the future. Just let it go. Don't let your past become that blockage of what is to come. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just let them go. Let that person go. Let that situation go. Let that bitterness go. Just let it go. Or if not, it's going to weigh you down. Number 18, communication is not always key. Comprehension and a will to solve problem is key. You can communicate all you want, but if you're not comprehending each other or trying to fix a situation, what's the point? Number 19, failure is the key to success. You're not always going to get things right the first time, maybe not even the second time or the third time, but the more you keep failing, the closer you are to that success. Number 20, pursue your hobbies, even if other people might think that they're too ridiculous or that they might be for kids. Listen, we're adults for a reason. I always joke that the reason that we're adults is that now we can do all the things we weren't allowed to do as kids. Like, no one's gonna stop me from eating ice cream at 9 a.m. And hobbies too. If it really makes you happy, just do it. Enjoy it. We're not gonna be bitter, lonely adults for the rest of our lives. Like, we gotta have kids in us. Number 21, if you're going somewhere, strive to arrive extra early, especially if you don't know the location or the people. I always make it a goal to arrive early, but if it's somewhere that I know it's far or I'm going to travel a road that might have traffic, I always add an extra 15 minutes in case I get lost, and so that I don't end up being late and making a bad first impression to people I might not even know. And that might be important for like an interview or something. Number 22, asking questions doesn't make you look less confident. If anything, it makes you look like you want to get things done right. Obviously, you know, people say there's no such thing as a dumb question. You know, there's a certain level of dumb you can achieve when you're asking questions, but if you're taking the time to make sure that you're asking these questions so you can get the job done right, then it's not gonna make you look dumb or, you know, not confident. In fact, I think it makes you look even more confident. Number 23, and the reason why I left this one last is not because it's any less important than the other ones, but because it's the very last one and the very last one that you guys are going to hear. You can forget all the other ones I just told you, but this one you better engrave it in. And it's to trust God's timing. Trust his timing. Don't plant the seed and be impatient and undig it every 15 minutes waiting for it to grow and wondering why it's not growing. If you plant that seed in, you're gonna trust God's timing and that it will grow. That's all I gotta say. All right, guys, so these were 23 things I've learned in 23 years. Now, age is no joke. Now, I say this like I'm old, but there's a reason why we go through these years and we experience what we experience and gain wisdom. And for me, it's very important to share this wisdom, because what is it gonna matter to me if I just keep this wisdom in? You know, I gotta sprinkle a little wisdom on other people. You know what I'm saying? So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a kind of short one, but actually I think at this point I need to start making shorter videos, because I'm not saying that, like, well, I don't know if you guys like the longer videos, but it's less of a hassle for me to edit. But I'm willing to go through the work so that you guys can get the content you may need. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below for more. I know this isn't in my usual schedule of videos, but I had to get it in because I thought it was something that was really cool for me to share with you guys as I'm entering into this new year. And I do pray that it brings me a lot of wisdom, maturity, and just great times all around. Still don't have an outro. Maybe that's something I can work for this year, finally getting an outro. So yeah, bye.